The sun had barely disappeared behind the treetops when Emma pressed deeper into the heart of the forest, her every step accompanied by the uncertain flicker of her dying flashlight. The world around her was shrinking, the trees crowding in, their branches clawing at her jacket as if to hold her back. For 2 agonizing days, Emma had searched for Lily, her beloved daughter, who had vanished without warning. The authorities had come and gone, their voices fading with the daylight, but Emma refused to give up hope. Something inside her insisted that Lily was still out there, waiting to be found.
As night settled in, the forest transformed. Shadows lengthened, merging into a thick darkness that seemed almost alive. Emma's breath came in shallow bursts, her nerves frayed by exhaustion and fear. Then, from the corner of her eye, she caught a faint glimmer, a shimmer of white, almost hidden among the roots and fallen leaves. She approached, heart pounding, and there, propped against the base of an ancient tree, sat a porcelain doll. Its face was hauntingly familiar. The doll's glassy eyes and delicate features mirrored Lily's own, down to the soft curl of hair and the faint dimple in its cheek. Emma's hand trembled as she reached out, fingertips brushing the doll's cold, smooth surface. In that instant, a sudden gust of wind swept through the trees, sending leaves spiraling and whispering in a language Emma couldn't understand. The air thickened with unseen presence, and distant voices seemed to echo all around her. Spinning around, Emma swept her flashlight through the darkness, its beam slicing through the trees. But there was nothing. No movement, no sign of life. When she turned back, her heart sank. The doll had vanished, leaving no trace. Panic surged through her veins, threatening to overwhelm her. She stumbled backward, her heel catching on a gnarled root, and she fell hard to the forest floor. For a moment, the world spun, and then, through the ringing in her ears, she heard it, a child's laughter, distant but unmistakable. Emma's heart leapt. "Lily?" she called, her voice barely more than a whisper, trembling with hope and terror. The laughter faded, swallowed by the oppressive silence. Emma forced herself up, brushing dirt from her hands, and pressed on. The path ahead seemed to twist and shift, the trees bending into unnatural shapes, their shadows stretching long and thin. Every sound was magnified, the crunch of leaves underfoot, the creak of branches overhead, the wild thump of her own heart. Suddenly, the forest opened into a clearing, bathed in a strange silvery light. In the center, a circle of dolls sat in perfect formation, each identical to the one Emma had found, each with Lily's face frozen in porcelain perfection. Their eyes followed her, unblinking and cold. At the very center, Lily stood, her expression vacant, her gaze hollow. Emma's voice cracked as she called her daughter's name, rushing forward, but the dolls' heads snapped toward her, mouths opening wide to unleash a piercing, unnatural screech. Emma clamped her hands over her ears, the sound reverberating through her skull, driving her to her knees. When the noise finally ceased, Emma looked up, only to find Lily gone. The dolls had turned their backs, forming an impenetrable wall. Desperation clawed at her chest, but she refused to give in. With trembling resolve, she stepped into the circle. Instantly, the world shifted, the forest dissolving into a dimly lit room lined with shelves upon shelves of dolls, each one bearing Lily's likeness. From the shadows, a tall, gaunt woman emerged, her eyes hollow, her smile twisted. "Welcome!" she hissed, her voice slithering through the air. "I've been expecting you!" Emma backed away, only to find the door had vanished. Demanding her daughter's return, Emma's pleas were met with a cruel gesture toward the dolls. "She's here with all the others. They belong to me now." Rage flared within Emma, but as she lunged at the woman, her hands passed through nothing but smoke. The woman's laughter echoed, chilling and endless. "You cannot harm me," she taunted. "But you can join her." The dolls began to move, porcelain faces cracking to reveal jagged teeth. They advanced, silent and relentless. Emma screamed, but no sound escaped her lips, swallowed by the darkness as the dolls closed in and everything faded to black.